What is going on, you guys? Petplatypus here, and it is time to review Hunter x Hunter chapter, I believe this was 353. So after last week's chapter of Hunter x Hunter, we got this chapter. Hisoka versus Chrollo is in full swing. There's still inner monologues, there's still strategy, but they're kept short. The fighting is fast-paced. You get all these audience members trying to jump Hisoka. He goes up in the air, he Spider-Mans his way up with the bungee gum. They World War Z stack themselves to him. Chrollo's landing these hits, kind of blending in with the crowd, waiting for Hisoka to have a open spot that he can't guard. Chrollo goes in, lands a blow, but by the end, Hisoka's able to yo-yo ahead at him. He blocks it, and he's like, "Yeah, I know you were gonna block it." And I think he swung it back and hit Chrollo at the same time that Chrollo landed a kick to Hisoka's face. And it's the first time Hisoka, I think it's the first time we've seen Hisoka get fucked up in the face area, because I mean, we saw Gon punch him once, but like he got like cut on the face from the kick, so I'm thinking that's the first time we've seen him seriously get injured in a fight. I'm trying to remember his fights. Like, he fought the Butler, who worked for the Zoldycks, and that was a pretty easy win for him. He fought Gon, of course that was a pretty easy win. His fingers got jacked up in the fucking dodgeball game, but that was still nothing too bad in terms of injuries. So yeah, I think this is the first time we've seen Hisoka really get like wrecked. So yeah, that was pretty cool. And the strategy was nice. It was nice strategy because it didn't fucking overload you with tons of monologues. Hisoka just kind of put together which order he used the abilities in. He figured out, like, alright, I'm gonna have to take out these fucking bodies one by one, and you know, he does the bungee gum shit, and the bungee gum stuff's always cool. So yeah, and a lot of the rapid shots he was doing were pretty good. The art was fairly consistent in this chapter. Nothing mind-blowing, but it looked nice for the most part. Even a couple of crowd shots looked pretty okay, honestly. Like, the characters actually had faces. Like, one crowd shot was pretty far back, but it looked fine. Like, there was no faces on the characters, but it was far enough back to where it didn't really matter. So yeah, the art was fairly consistent. The pacing of the chapter was pretty damn solid. It was mostly dialogue heavy on the first few pages, and as the chapter went on, the strategy was implemented nicely into the fight, I felt, and yeah, the ending was cool. They both landed a blow on each other. Chrollo's looking super gangsta right now with the big beanie and shit, and he still kind of looks like Chrollo, though. Like, I'm assuming he disguised himself as somebody, but he still looked a lot like Chrollo. I don't know if it's like his real body or if he's just wearing the clothes right now, but either way, he's looking gangsta, and Hisoka is having a bit of a tough time, but he was able to land a hit. So even though Chrollo took this part of the fight in this chapter, I'm still rooting for Hisoka to win, but we'll see what happens. I still think neither of them are going to die, so we'll just have to see what happens, but I want Hisoka to win. But yeah. Anyways, that's pretty much my chapter review. It was straight up just the fight, so there's really not much else to say in terms of story progression. I guess you could make an argument from an overall character standpoint. This is the first time we've seen Hisoka get injured like this, so maybe from like an overall story progression, like, that's something. I mean, well, didn't we see him lose his arms, though? I mean, that was pretty bad. Like, I feel like, or lost a arm, I think. That was way back, but I feel like that happened, right? Like, that was like during the Heaven's Arena arc, I think, the first time they were at the arena. But even still, I think he did that on purpose, if I remember correctly. It's been forever, so I don't remember, but at least in the face area, this is the first time we've seen him really take a hard hit outside of Gon's punch, which obviously didn't, you know, make him bleed or nothing. Or did it? I don't know. Rambling. Only other thing I want to mention is that part 2 of the 200 subscriber Q&A will be coming out tomorrow. I'm going to be busy in the morning, so I don't know if I'll have time to record JoJo and like upload and everything. I'm probably might be home by the time JoJo's usually out, but either way, I'm going to upload either the Q&A or JoJo, or both. Definitely both, if I can upload JoJo. So yeah. I'm not going to put it up today because with JoJo, I get a lot of views on that video, and I can be like, hey, go check out my Q&A, you know, see how that works? So, you know, I put it up with one of these that might not get a ton of views. Well, Hunter x Hunter does pretty good, but still. That'll go up tomorrow, part 2. I had to split that into 2 videos, or it would have been like 40 minutes long and just way too big. So, yeah, but with all that being said, that's my review for this chapter. I'd give it a solid 8.5 out of 10. I really enjoyed it. I thought the ability usage was pretty cool. I don't fully understand his abilities because Togashi's writing style and just how overly complicated shit can be, but I kind of get it, and it looks cool on paper, and it looks cool at face value. But But if there is issues with how he's using his abilities or whatever, you can feel free to comment in the comment section below. But at face value, I like Hisoka putting together which abilities are being used in tandem and everything and all that stuff. The fight's pretty good so far. I wouldn't say this is a great fight. I would say this is probably a good fight. I definitely would want to see it animated, to see all these people jumping at Hisoka and him fighting them all off. I would definitely want to see that animated, but it still looks nice in the manga. Which is saying something for Togashi, because you know how his art can be, but he's been fairly consistent since his return, so we'll just have to see what happens. But I'm gonna ramble no longer. I was gonna say I won't ramble anymore, and then I said I will ramble. I was like, oh god, he's gonna ramble more? No, I will ramble no longer. That's pretty much it. I'm gonna give this one an 8.5. I thought it was a very good chapter of Hunter x Hunter. So what did you guys think of this chapter? You can tell me in the comment section below, or follow me on Instagram, add me on PSN. I'm petplatypus on both. Give this video a thumbs up, share it on social media. Both those would help me out a lot. Subscribe if you haven't already, or if you like what you've seen here, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.